Hello everybody, I'm sorry for the different sounds and noises. I'm at my girlfriend's house. There's been a huge change. I'm not in Virginia anymore. I've moved. So if there's like a difference in recording style and stuff, and just I miss things I've said before, it's been literally like over a month since I last recorded, and I'm using my girlfriend's computer. What I wanted to do for this one is make a sign. This is what I was planning to do in the last episode. I wanted to make a sign and like a to-do list. I'm trying to make something probably temporary just for now, so that I can have a clear way to convey what I want to be doing, so that you guys can remember too. Okay, you can't really see that super well, but let's see, what do I need to do? I do want to redo my house. It doesn't really fit, so I'll put that on there. I just kind of felt like building a house, so I'm probably just going to build a house. I'm not going to be able to do the time-lapse thing like I did in the last episode, but I'll try to figure something else out. It'll be fine. It's fine. For the next thing I wanted to show, the main reason I wanted to redo the house is because I wanted to work on a path that goes that way. I will show you that in a second. So there's the rest stop. You've seen this before pretty briefly. And out here is this main road I have been making. So I completely forgot I wrote that on there, but we decided to name our the village because I say that shit all the time. I don't remember if I said it in the last video, but it came up somewhere. And the Skoos Castle, I will talk about that as I go this way. So because I was moving, I wanted to, or I have a cat named Skoosk, and because I was moving, I wanted to have something to commemorate her, or just like think about her, I guess, before I'm able to go and get her. And it was just fun to build. I wanted something to build off camera, so I didn't have to worry about recording it. It was just something nice for me, because I do this for fun. So when I get there, I'll be able to show you. Right now, I built a little tiny town thing, and behind that is this wall. You can see the wall right there. I don't have anything inside of it yet. I'm planning on doing the outside next. I'm most likely going to be building right here for this video. If not, I'll find somewhere else. It's just kind of up in the air. This is one of the entrances. You go in here. This is like, there's a church and the church owner's house, I guess. I'll show that in a minute. I want to show the village first. This is just kind of like a little eating area. A little house here. This is like a smelting area, a campfire for cooking, communal cooking type stuff. A sugarcane farm. Carrots, potatoes, I think. Carrots are somewhere else. Oh yeah, they're over here. Little community gardens. Pumpkins. Another house. I'll show you inside of this one. There's a nice little area. Down here, this is not a mine. I wanted to do something different, and also because I'm lazy. It's a wine cellar. There's nothing really in here. I might get an alcohol mod and try to do something with it, but again, it's all up in the air. I don't really think about what I'm doing. That's pretty much the entire reason I wanted to put that to-do list in. I'm most likely going to mess with that in between videos, just so I can have time for myself to think, and something for you guys to look at, and have more of a, like a straightforward video, a more linear video is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, here's the Skoosk statue, and here's the church. Oops. Just a nice little inside area, and the podium, a little speaking spot. Up here is the castle. There isn't really anything here yet. You can go into all of these, go up to the top. There's spots in them where you can see out. It's pretty nice. It took me a while. I don't remember if I showed the factories in the last video, but you saw them at the beginning. Whatever. Probably put a windmill here. Wrap it around with some wheat, that type of stuff. But anyways, for this video, I am going to be working on something right here. After thinking a little bit about that area, I decided it was going to take way too long for me to travel back and forth between the towns, so I went ahead and built this minecart track next to the road. It went pretty well. It was super efficient. It was really nice. Usually I can just click the button and then look at my phone while I go. It looks nice too. Later on, it's not there yet, but later on I ended up filling in the bottom with cobblestone walls so that it would be completely blocked off and safe. I have plans to expand more and have another minecart track and maybe going to future cities. It's way ahead in the future. It doesn't really matter right now, but it's just an idea. I think it would be really cool. The cart messed up a little bit. I completely forgot to power that one. But after I got that fixed up, I decided to build up a little wall area for it so it would look nice. And from there, I began construction on the town. Or not the town, the little village thing. It started as an inn with a few houses to rent. And then afterwards, it turned into like apartments, kind of, to be rented. But then after that, it turned into just a little micro village. I will show that in a second. Alright, so I'm going to put a timestamp so you can see where to skip to if you don't want to look at all the interiors and stuff. But I'm basically just going to walk through everything and explain it. So, here's the inn. I wanted to have a nice little kind of castle aesthetic, keep it all cobblestoney. I want this area to keep the same kind of like simple medieval kind of vibe. So here's the front area. There's the seats for eating. There's one of the rooms. Now upstairs, here's the second room. Nice little chair, double bed, balcony. And I'm gonna go up into the tower. Nice little window so you can peek out. And another little hole in the wall. You get a nice view of everything from here. There's an aquifer that comes down and back there and then around here. And it comes down there. I'll go down there in a second. Alright, so for this part itself, I was originally planning on just having these and then having it based on like you could go in here and then rent these buildings, but I decided to make it just like an outside village with a tavern close by for them, for any residents. Here's a fresh water thing that has to be there so it doesn't freeze during winter. Speaking of that, I am also planning on doing a stable right about here. It might be simple, it might be something more complicated, I'm not really sure yet, but you'll probably see that soon. But anyways, into this one. This one's pretty simple. I kind of messed this one up a little bit and didn't really think about the proportions of the inside. So it's a little ugly, but you know, it's a single player Minecraft world. I'm chilling. This one here, this one's better. Got a nice little fireplace going, bedroom. This one's also pretty simple. They're kind of like that because I was planning on having them rented, but I might come back and fix them up later. I don't really know. It's just kind of, it may or may not happen. And then this building, this one's pretty good. I'm proud of how this one turned out. Nice little bed area. And you can go out back here, and there's a little back porch type area. There's a walkway here, which I'm also going to show. There's this house. It's pretty nice. Bedroom. Some tables and chairs for eating. And a simple little backyard. I wasn't really sure what to do with that either, but I just kind of threw it together. Here's a eating area. There's like a community seating place. It's pretty walled off. It's nice. I might add in plants. Maybe I'll go around with a bone mill and place that down. But anyways, for this one, these are kind of small again, but I wouldn't imagine, or I would imagine anybody living in a little medieval town would be living in a kind of small house anyways. This one is more of a little apartment with a balcony here. I really like the style of house where there's the underneath layer and then a staircase that goes up. It really tickles my brain nicely. There's another house. I also really like this one. It's pretty simple in here, but there's the bed, and then glass so you can see up and out at night. You can look at the stars. Pretty epic. This one, it needs a little more lighting. Open the blinds, but some storage down here. Little table for eating, and then the bedroom. Nothing too crazy. And this wall here, this is where the aquifer is. I don't know how well you can hear it, but the water flows down here and goes around this way behind that house and then down. But anyways, up here, there's another house here. I'm also pretty proud of this one. A bedroom here. I haven't furnished this area yet. I don't know if I really want to, because honestly I don't really feel like it that much, but I might. And this is a bakery, like a bread bakery. This is where the cooking would be done. There's like a table for you to roll the dough, and then all the furnaces for you to cook the bread, and then storage, and then more storage there. And a nice little eating area for anybody that wants to buy bread and come sit. Just kind of chillax up here. Oh yeah, there's also just a little area with a chair down there. I originally left it blocked off, but mobs were spawning in there, so I decided to give it some kind of purpose, even if it's not too purposeful. But that's pretty much all I have for this village right now. Again, everything is prone to being expanded. It really just kind of depends on what I feel like in the future. But that's what I have right now, and it's time to get started on the next project, I guess, so I'll see you then. So I got a little bit carried away and started building this cobblestone sector right outside of and it's going pretty well. It looks pretty good, I think, and I feel like it's a good match for the village because of my cobblestone generator in the factories, or the factory, so it fits the theme. Also along the way, while I was building, I almost completed a set of chainmail armor, which is one of my end goals for the game. I didn't really expect to get this much this fast, but it's all of it's pretty much entirely broken, so I guess my new end game goal is to get it all fully repaired. Pretty much all I ended up working on were new houses, and from there I started working on this little shopping district because I decided, you know, if there's going to be houses, the people there need places to work. So you'll see that in a bit. This is just kind of my process of me working on a house. But since my move to California, I've been seeing a lot of new and, well, not really new, but more interesting buildings and building types, and it's been getting me thinking, and I like kind of recreating like what I see in person and what I feel like building, just so it's kind of realistic but also just fun at the same time. I also installed a new mod. Basically all this mod does is add new types of arrows, like directional things and little aesthetic add-ons. It's not really a super big deal, you'll see it in the description, but I just wanted to point it out that some of the stuff you're going to be seeing is relatively new. After a bit of time working on houses, I decided I wanted to start working on shops. You know, give the villagers a place to work, make it feel more lively and active. I got a bit carried away with this too. I don't really like recording and building at the same time. It's really inconvenient without my time-lapse thing, so there's going to be a bunch of skips in this video. I'm sure you have already noticed that. Anyways, what you're seeing here is me gathering up sheep. I'm trying to transport them to a sheep store so that there's a little farm. You'll see it in a second, it's kind of hard to explain. I might end up turning this little village strip into my home, kind of. Because I spend so much time out and building, I don't really have a concrete house anymore. Each house has a different chest for different stuff, or each store has a different chest for different stuff. And everything's easily accessible, and I like it, so that's probably what it's going to end up being. On top of all that, I completely forgot to mention, I tried to reinstall the thing that I use to make time lapses. It's basically just a separate Minecraft instance, but for some reason, every time I try to open up my regular Minecraft, it would just crash over and over. It's probably something with my mods, so I decided to just not even worry about it, so I uninstalled it. But when I uninstalled it, everything on my regular Minecraft went with it, all my mods, all my shaders. The world too, I managed to get it all back. I had to rebuild some things, but it wasn't really too awful. That's also why there was such a big jump. These videos take days at a time to make, so I lose track of stuff sometimes. You probably saw the text, and I know it was going on about some other stuff, but basically what you just looked at was a restaurant. It's got an entrance thing, and then, I don't know, backyard seating. You saw it. This one is a school. It's got a nice little sandcastle, or not sandcastle, sand pit, sandbox, that's the word. And over here is, I wanted to build a tree house, but I wasn't really sure how, so I made just kind of like a tree holder for people. And a boot store. There is a corner store back there. It's kind of empty right now. And here's some apartments. They're not really furnished yet. Right now I'm mostly worrying about the building shapes, because I just don't really feel like doing interiors. They got some nice little back porch type areas, patios. A little waterfall. I might end up changing that up a bit. I'm not sure how to make it look better. And there's a bakery too. Got some bread and cake. And I made some cake before I moved here, and it was just kind of sitting in a chest and I didn't know what to do with it, so I finally found a use. So after that mining trip, I took a few days break from recording. I continued to build slowly. Not too much has happened. It's pretty much the same level of progression as before. Recording is just a really big hassle sometimes. But anyways, here's the building that you saw me build before the mining segment. And here's a rich people house. I was planning on doing a row of bigger, more wealthy type housing along this area. So I'm going to show this. The torches are more temporary just because the ice on the inside. The front yard area. Main living room. Not really furnished yet. There's a kitchen. And then it goes underground. There's a chest room, spare bedroom, and then the main bedroom. I added these lanterns in because of something I will show you in a second. I'm warning you, this is kind of ugly. I went too far ahead and there's nothing I can do about it now. I went ahead and built an iron golem farm. It is not working because it's too close to my actual village, which I completely forgot to think about. Pretty much what happened is I just said, screw it, I'm building this iron farm, I need iron, I want to use lanterns. So I just kind of plopped it down in my industrial area. There's a minecart that goes from the top down to the bottom in this big middle tube, and then there's a staircase there just for maintenance and some added texture so it isn't just a big cobblestone blob. I get iron sometimes out of it. I don't really know what the issue is. They just kind of aren't spawning, which is pretty interesting. I'm still planning on rebuilding the house. It's really temporary right now. I moved all these chests over here so that I can reorganize before I destroy it. But before I do all that, I wanted to show off this other house that I built in the villager village. I'm gonna go through it real quick. The bedroom's right here. It's not super furnished yet. There's no bed. The bedroom's right here. There's no bed. I just haven't put it in yet. It'll be there eventually. Here's the upstairs. You know, a little cooking spot, crafting, and then the attic for storage. But anyways, the next thing I'm going to do is destroying my house and putting a castle in its place. I've kind of decided that I'm just going to keep this episode going until I get my PC, and that's what the theme of this is going to be. Okay, so now I'm going to show off my next thing. Again, I didn't record this, but it's a new addition to my cobblestone village. Basically what I did here is I built this big square, and this is going to be a little cafe. This is going to be a bakery. It doesn't have a lot of substance yet. There are 2 more stores down in here. And I'm planning on doing something back here, but I might not. It really depends, as I've been saying. If you come over to the front of the building, you'll see this door, which leads upstairs to the rooms. There's B1, B2, and there it is, B3. It's just super basic rooms. Since I've been doing the kind of wealthy, rich people houses nearby, I thought I might as well do some smaller houses, just to kind of balance it out a little bit. I'm going to try to keep you guys updated on this one. If not, I'll just move on to the next thing, but this is what it looks like for now. Okay, so I didn't expect to end the video so soon, but my storage is really full, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. The next video will probably be of a similar style. I would still like to continue this episode, but I really do kind of have to start fresh here. You should be expecting the next video in a few days, so it won't be too bad. I'll see you guys in the next one.